Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Roszipou and today we have lots and lots to talk about. As you probably could tell from the title of this video, this bullet journal setup is actually 2-in-1. Yay, just like the bottle of shampoo and you know what, scratch that. Anyway, today I am going to present to you two different bullet journal themes. The first one is May 2023 and the other one is going to be June 2023. So grab a snack, grab some coffee, some tea, and let's get on to it. So as I said, this video is going to be a double theme because, well, as you can probably tell, May was 2 months ago as of recording this voiceover. I just really didn't have the time to edit anything. I had the time to record, but editing just took so long, and honestly after work, editing is my least favorite part of making videos, I would say. So I was just like super unmotivated, and if you are working as a teacher, you just know May is the silly bananas month. Everybody goes bananas, the kids go bananas, the teacher go bananas, everybody is a silly little banana everywhere. So it was pretty chaotic, and I just didn't have the time to properly edit this video and do a voiceover. But now that school is out, school is over, I do have the time. So in the next couple days, you're gonna see an abundance of videos of me. I hope you'll be able to support all of them, and one of the most easiest way to support my channel is to like and subscribe. So if you haven't already, please go ahead. If you want to, I don't want to force you. But anyway, so this month theme is all about watercolors. You're gonna see in my next video, I'm gonna be switching up a journal, and I wanted to experiment with a journal that doesn't have as much GSM as all the journals I used to have. So I figured that, you know, it would be the best opportunity to make a more heavier medium theme using the watercolors, because I definitely won't be able to use watercolors in my next bullet journal. It must be super awkward if you are actually on my channel for the first time. I'm kind of like rushing through the intro, but just to keep it short, this year in my bullet journal, everything is cat theme. Every month we have a different cat breed as, you know, an honorary cat breed of the month, and I'm also mixing everything up with the theme. So this month is all about the Scottish folds, and because I wanted to use my watercolor, the only thing that really came to mind was like a tea shop theme. So all the little Scottish folds are all going to be serving tea to other cats, and I really wanted to play with some kind of like blackboard theme and writing down on black pages with a white pen. But as you probably already noticed, it kind of didn't work. I don't know why, because I usually have no problem using my Tombow Fudenosuke and just, you know, using my Sakura Jelly Roll pen on top of this and write on it. But for some reason, I think I was maybe just out of ink. I tried to use my white watercolor and didn't really work. And that is not the only mistake that I did this month in my bullet journal. So please, watercolors expert, please don't take me up too seriously. And I also made the mistake before the video not practicing my watercolor blending beforehand, because I thought, easy peasy, I did watercolor a bunch of times, so I'll be able to, you know, handle it. The answer was no. And now all of you are graced by the presence of Sunny. You're definitely gonna be seeing my cats in my videos. If it is the first time you've been here, you also gonna notice it in the other videos that I did. They're all there, they're all presents. Sunny, for some reason, really wanted to eat off my brushes and my pens. She was like, for some reason, very excited about the whole pen thing. But generally, when I'm working on my bullet journal, she doesn't really care. She just wants cuddles. But for some reason, she was in attack mode. She wanted to get on into everything. So right now you're just seeing me completing my month at a glance. I always do a calendar with a Dutch door. It's the system that works the best for me personally. I also went back into my cover page to add some black fine liner into it to make the cat pop more. Again, I had a very difficult time with this theme. Looking back, I think it's really not that bad. It's really great. But while I was working on it, I was just on panic mode, always on edge. I really thought I would screw that that theme because of my inexperienced watercolor technique. I don't want to go too much into like what I am actually making, but more into how I am making it, because you know this video is gonna be 2 bullet journal theme at once. I figured that maybe I can do more explanation afterward. If you like this type of video, by the way, feel free to let me know. Maybe I'll be able to combine more themes together. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if you prefer to see more themes in one video or just one theme at a time, just like, you know, I used to do. So I feel like I was able to get a hold of myself back for this spread. You know, I remember not using too much water, but also not too much paint, because if there's one thing about watercolor that I learned on, you know, on the top without necessarily, you know, having any kind of like classes in watercolor, I always like, I'm pretty much self-taught when it comes to different medium. If there's one thing that I learned is that you need to go little by little. So you go with the lightest color or the least amount of color in your brush with more water, and then you go over and over. You add up layers with more colors to, you know, make the watercolor effect. But as you can probably tell, in a journal you don't have, even though it's a very thick paper, those are from the notebook therapy website. Even though you have a very good journal, it is still a journal. It's not a watercolor paper, so there's still a limit to it. So I feel like by the weekly spread, I was able to finally figure out the right amount to use. But yeah, so let's not look at the beginning of the journal. Just look at this spread. This spread I'm really proud of. So once again, doing my weekly spread, I really like using, you know, just one type of spread for the whole month. And as you can probably notice, everything is pretty empty in my journal. So if I didn't have the time to edit, I just didn't have time to take care at all of it for the month of May and the month of June. You see in the future video that I'm gonna be uploading, but there is literally anything in those journals. I didn't fill up my to-do list, my gratitude spread. I didn't even set up goal for myself. My main goal was just survive until the end of the year. And yeah, so I didn't do really anything too much, which comes to the way that I recorded my June bullet journal setup. As you probably know, I do stream on Twitch. I tend to play more video games on this platform, and I try to be creative while doing so. So you'll see me playing games like Animal Crossing, The Sims, Planet Zoo, but you also see me occasionally streams the Pokemons, the JRPGs, and etc. So this month spread was entirely made on stream because I just, you know, I miss my community. I wanted to talk about them, but I also knew that I need to work on my journal because I believe that I did this setup within the first week of June. So I generally try to be like a couple days early when I'm making them, but I was just running out of time. So once again, you'll see that the spreads are pretty much the same as the one that I did in May. If you want to see more in details, like why I'm using this, how I'm making it, feel free once again to go watch all my other videos that I uploaded on my channel. My setup hasn't changed since, you know, maybe a year or two ago. I don't remember when it was the first time I used this type of setup with like the memories and all that kind of thing. So feel free to go watch my other videos if you want to have better, not better, but further explanation on them. As I said earlier, I'm just gonna be explaining how I am doing these instead of like why I'm making these. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I hope I do. I don't want to explain, oh, this is my cover page. I always like using, you know, a little drawing and then a quote and etc. No, I'm just gonna be detailing what I'm actually working on. So, this month's theme, the cat breed of the month is, you know, very simple. It's the orange tabby. And I thought I planned ahead. By the way, if you guys see some stuff popping on the screen, I just couldn't edit those out. Those are like stuff from my stream. You can like make sound alerts, give me biddies, subscribe to my channel, and etc. So I couldn't really like edit them out. So I'm sorry if you're seeing just like funny stuff on screen. What was on about? Yes, so this month's theme is all about the orange tabby, and you know, it's a pretty average cat breed. There's, I feel like everybody knows they're orange tabbies. They are the one brain cell cat, the official one brain cell cat. My first cat actually was an orange tabby, and his name was Simba. He passed away a couple years ago, obviously, because I got him when I was maybe like 7 years old. But I really have fun memories of this cat, and I can confirm they are really the one brain cell cat. If I, you know, he did some silly stuff. Anyway, because, you know, the cat breed of the month was pretty mundane, I thought of like integrating them in a special way. And for this month, I am not going to be using a black fine liner at all. And I thought, what am I thinking when I'm thinking June? Obviously, I'm thinking summer, I'm thinking good weather, but I feel like, you know, after bullet journaling for what? I want to say 4 years now, almost 5 years. You know, I did all the ice cream theme, I did all the beach theme. I wanted to do something special, and I thought, wait, wind chimes, that could be fun. So I took some inspiration from Pinterest. I looked at a lot of references picture, and I settled down on the glass type of wind chimes. I feel like they are mainly used in Asian culture, like in Asian household. Maybe I don't really see them too much here in Canada. If I see a wind chime, it's probably gonna be like the wooden one or the metal one, but those are made out of glass, and they are generally painted, and they have like a pretty little picture on it. So I tried to recreate that. So it's almost like the artist there was making wind chimes, and they painted a ton of orange tabbies over them. And just like, you know, to decorate the spread a little bit more, I added those weird shaped flowers, clovers, and I really wanted to limit myself to a certain amount of colors using like a palette, because I've been using a ton of color, a ton of watercolor, in my previous spread, I just wanted to keep it minimal. So you'll see me use all my Tombow brush pen, my zebra midliners, as well as my Tombow Fudenosuke in colors. I mainly use this sky blue color, light purple, and I also use my Sakura Jelly Roll pen in gold. So right now I'm working on my memories of the month spread. I know I said that I wasn't filling up my journal really anymore, but it was important for me to still be consistent in my setup, because if I'm gonna be looking back at these a couple years later, I'll remember, oh yeah, it was my first year at teaching and I just didn't have the time to fill up anything. So I'll be able to remember that. And even though I knew I wouldn't be able to fill up my journal, I still wanted to make a team. As you can guess, if I didn't have the time to stream, to edit, to record videos, I just didn't have time for myself for the last 2 months, and it's been really hard, but as I said, I survived and I'm very proud of myself. And I'm very happy to let you guys know that I am going to be teaching again next year. This time I am not going to be a drama teacher, I am going to be teaching in 2nd grade, and I'm super excited. I cannot wait to see the kids again. I already miss them, you know, after being like, what, 10 months surrounded by kids. It's been a week now that I am, you know, school free, and I already miss them. It's kind of a shame. So you see me working on my weekly spread, and you'll see that I actually didn't like fill up all the other tabs. I just knew I wouldn't be able to do them, but I still wanted to make them in case I had the time. But anyway, you see that suddenly a piece of tissue appeared on screen. It's because the Sakura Jelly Roll pen are very wet pens. How should I describe them? It's not the correct word, but let's just say they are wet. So if you accidentally put your hand on top of them, well, you're just gonna smudge everything. So I had a piece of tissue because obviously, as you know, clumsy as I am, I already did that. And now we are onto my favorite part of working on my setups, is to add up all the washi tape. So in May I didn't use any because it was already very heavy with all the watercolors, but this, I felt like this theme was like pretty empty, so I just added up a bunch of washi tape, and that's it for my June setup. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if you like having 2 setups in the same video, or you prefer the older way that I used to do things. And yeah, be on the lookout for my next 2 videos. The next one is going to be my second half of 2023 setup, and the last one is going to be the July setup. With that in mind, stay safe and stay pink, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye friends!